All right. Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be tackling this
Ah.
piece called The Unconditional Pursuit, A Call to Belong.
Hmm.
It's really got me thinking, and I'm sure it'll get you thinking, too.
Oh, for sure. It's one of those topics that really hits home for a lot of people, you know?
Absolutely. I mean,
Mhm.
who doesn't want to feel loved and accepted for who they are?
Right. And this piece, it really dives deep into that longing, but from a pretty amazing perspective.
Exactly. It's all about, like, this radical acceptance from God, the
Mhm.
kind that says, you're good enough just as you are.
Absolutely. No strings attached, no fine print. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove yourself.
It's, like, mind-blowing when you really think about it.
It is. It really challenges all those conditions we put on love, you know? Like, I'll love you if.
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking about that when I was reading this. Like, how often do I do that in my own life?
Right. We all do it to some extent. It's almost like a default setting.
Totally. But this piece, it's like it's calling us to something totally different.
Yeah, to this wide open, no limits kind of love.
And it uses this really cool story to illustrate that, one that you've probably heard before.
Oh yeah, the
The parable of the lost sheep. Remember that one? From Matthew chapter 18, I think.
right. It's one of those stories that just, sticks with you.
It does. I mean, it's so simple, but there's so much packed into it.
There is, and I think sometimes because it is so familiar, we can kind of miss the power of it.
Yeah, it's easy to just skim over and be like, oh, yeah, that's a nice story.
Right, but if you really let it sink in, it's pretty profound. Think about it. A shepherd who has 100 sheep and one goes missing.
And he leaves the 99 to go find that one lost sheep.
Exactly. And it's not like he's just, wandering around hoping he stumbles across it. He's searching. He's determined.
It's relentless. It's
Yeah.
like he won't rest until he finds that sheep.
Oh,
I love how the piece puts it. It says, it's not just a story. It's a reassuring reality of Jesus' love and commitment to every single one of his own.
wow. When you read it that way, it really hits different.
It does, and it makes you realize that this isn't just some fairy tale. This is how God really feels about us.
Absolutely. He values each and every one of us. We're not just a number to him. We're precious.
And that kind of love, it's unconditional, just like the title of the piece says. There's nothing we can do to earn it or lose it.
So true. And that brings up a really important question. Have you ever felt like that lost sheep?
Oof, I know I have.
I think we all have at some point, right?
Totally. Whether it's like literally wandering from our faith or just feeling lost in life in general.
Yeah, just feeling like you're off track, like you've lost your way. But this parable, it's a reminder that even when we feel lost, God is still searching for us.
He never gives up on us. And that's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It is. And the piece ends with this powerful invitation. It says, draw near to Jesus today.
But what does that even mean? Like, how do we actually do that?
Right. Because it can sound kind of vague and even a little intimidating sometimes.
It can. Like, I've got my daily life, work, family, all these responsibilities. How do I actually make space for that drawing near?
Yeah, I think it's different for everyone. There's no one size fits all answer.
But I think what matters is, like, the intentionality, right?
Exactly. It's about making a conscious effort to connect with God, however that looks for you.
Like, for some people, it might be prayer or reading the Bible.
For others, it might be spending time in nature or listening to worship music.
Or maybe even just, like, taking a few moments to be still and quiet and just, like, be present.
Yeah. It's really about finding what helps you feel close to God and then making that a regular part of your life.
And the piece ends with this question, like a challenge almost. How will you respond today?
That's a good one.
It's not telling us what to do, which I kind of appreciate.
You too. It's more like it's inviting us to figure out our own next step.
Exactly. Based on everything we've talked about, what's that one thing you could do today to draw nearer to Jesus?
It's a powerful question to sit with.
It is. So let's recap, shall we? You matter to Jesus, like
Yeah.
deeply and unconditionally.
No matter where you are in your journey.
He's actively pursuing you, searching for you, wanting to connect with you. And we can grasp that if we can really let that sink in.
It changes everything.
It does. How we see ourselves, how we live our lives, the choices we make.
Everything.
And so here's my final thought for you, something to chew on as you go about your day. If Jesus is this relentless in his pursuit of us, how can we become more aware of that? How can we open ourselves up to his presence and that invitation to draw near?
Yeah, I think that's a perfect place to leave it.
It is. Keep pondering, keep exploring, and thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See ya.